every time.
To get on a dragon back. Not gonna be able to find out today.
All right,
Yeah,
more
what do
dudes
you think,
talking.
man? What does that look
Yeah.
like?
Well, that's pretty much it. I have a couple more short clips in through there, and
Is there any combat? Just curious.
not that I saw. Mostly just fly-throughs showing you graphics, environments, architecture.
I'm glad they did that. I kind of wish they would have had a little demo to player interaction a little bit, but they're probably still polishing that out.
Yeah.
Any word on who they picked up to help them develop the online part? Because this is the first online game they've done, man.
You know, let me see if I can find some info on that.
Why have these like different factions sprouted up? Why do these different races come together and like want to fight each other? And what's it all going to play out in the end regarding the Elder Scrolls?
Who's backing these guys anyways? Who always backs them? I can't remember. It's Ball.
Where does it take place?
Bethesda?
No.
No.
It starts with a B.
It takes place in the Tamriel timeline about
No way, it don't matter.
1,000 years before Skyrim, as an example. So it's in the second
Wiki
era.
page would be nice.
But to answer directly the
Miss
question
Lady says
about,
she likes it.
you know, the alliance about
Oh, let's see. ZeniMax Online Studios is the developer.
What have they done in the past? I don't recognize that name.
Let's see.
I'm sorry to keep asking you all this.
We really challenge ourselves to say, hey, I want to go take the apple off the table. It seems silly, but it adds.
They created, let's see here.
I want to go pick it up, and so that's one of the things teams really challenge themselves, making sure the world is very interactive, and it's something that we allow you to play or do. Because it's part of the fantasy. It's part of my fantasy. You know, this is an Elder Scrolls game. You want to do that, right?
We're gonna put a lot of pots on people's heads so we can steal from them unnoticed.
Not really much, to be honest.
I'm sorry, because it's fun when it's an NPC.
They've helped in the development of a few different game mechanics, but not games themselves. There is some credits here for particle effects and something or other. Yeah, it's not specific.
So they ain't done much, huh?
That's been one of the bigger questions we've gotten.
Promising.
They had some, I guess they had some development credits for Hero Engine, which is the one that Star Wars: The Old Republic was built on.
I've heard of Hero a few times.
Yeah. Pretty much kind of new. They were formed in 2007. It's been pretty much nothing. Elder Scrolls Online is going to be the big one for them.
Yeah, that's a hell of a title to make your name on.
Yeah. It's going to take place about 1,000 years before Skyrim, by the way. So that's where the online universe is going to be.
I'm trying to think. I don't even remember where. I don't think Morrowind or the other ones. Shit, I can't think.
Oblivion?
Oblivion.
Yeah, those are all pretty far timelines apart. I mean, they're not even really the same worlds, right?
Morrowind was Vardenfell, which is the Dark Elf homeland. Oblivion was Cyrodiil, where the Imperial's capital is.
Beldasov. Okay. Thank you, Miss Nader. So I'm guessing the Elder Scrolls already has this big world, and they're probably just going to tie it all into one game. Obviously, kind of like how World of Warcraft has all of its different continents and shit.
Yeah.
Would make sense.
I think that's something people have asked for in the Elder Scrolls series, is to visit multiple lands instead of just one. So, if they pull it off, you know, it'll make a lot of the fans happy. I don't think the fans are really going to care much about the combat system or the gameplay. A lot of the fans just like being in that game world, the lore and all that.
What's going on here, Frank?
I guess a hardware store in the United States, because you Americans are so gullible. They're putting up sections for getting zombie prepared. where you can buy power tools and stuff for zombie-proofing your house. And I just found that article. I thought it was pretty funny. I think that hardware store, if I remember, is in Kansas.
Oh no.
Nope. Nebraska, Omaha.
I'm going to plug another one in.
Sorry, we're getting. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm being distracted by TeamSpeak. I'm guessing this is a response to the Florida incident.
Yeah, well, there were there were a couple more. There was that one. Somebody in Maryland admitted to police. Now, this one's not really zombie, but apparently somebody in Maryland admitted to police that he killed somebody and ate the heart and part of the brain. Now, really, all a zombie's going to admit to police is going to be... But, so we can write that one off as just a nut job. But we go further to New Jersey. And some stabbed himself in the stomach repeatedly and was throwing intestines at police. Witnesses said he was acting and walking like a zombie. Throwing his own intestines at police. I mean, come on. And then one of the cops gets the bright idea. Well, how are we going to incapacitate him? Well, he's stabbing himself in the stomach and throwing intestines. So would pepper spray work? No. But they finally managed to subdue him. But yeah, I don't know what's going on down in the States. You guys are all crazy. And I think it was in Kansas. A developer repurposed an old missile silo into a self-contained community that is zombie-proof, and it sold out almost right away.
Wow.
So, how can we kickstart the American economy? Zombie apocalypse.
Oh my god, dude! This is what I talk about all the time. I probably shouldn't bring this up, but because it's like one of my rants. I have a rant, and I'm pretty sure I've talked to you guys about it before. But I believe that survival of the fittest should play a role in our modern day society, and that the gene pool is way, way over polluted right now, and we need to clean it out because we.
Well, careful what you're suggesting here, because if you're talking about going out and killing stupid people, we could get in a lot of trouble for that.
Well, if anybody's watching, stop those interracial marriages. That's not good for us.
Just piss everybody off.
I don't think it had anything to do with the race, but
Well, obviously everybody's inferior to white people, so...
Holy shit.
I disagree.
Holy shit, Hammer.
I'm kidding.
I want to back my boys up, but I don't want my internet career to die right here. I don't.
So I think the moral of the story is we start euthanizing gingers. Just throwing that
Are
out there.
gingers really that bad?
Yes, they are.
I don't think so.
No,
they're hot.
no, they're not.
The women are hot. So,
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yes.
thinking, what is polluting the gene pool?
I'm trying to think of a good example. I mean, people. I mean, well, you know how it is, man. I mean, it.
Careful.
Retards mating, I guess,
I mean,
or what?
Yeah, that's happening, but that's not that's not the big problem because that's not like happening enough. Not yet, anyways. I guess. But
What is it?
I'm just
Diabetes that runs in the family.
that actually,
Stuff like that.
Honestly, this is going to sound bad, but that is something that probably could get weeded out if those people died off. Unfortunately, I would fall into that category. Now, if I quit drinking Mountain Dew all the time and take better care of myself, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. That's all diet right there, though, man. I mean,
Hey, I got diabetes from a medication.
you got diabetes from taking the medication?
I was prescribed a medication, and it gave me diabetes. It fucked up my system somehow and gave. Now that doesn't make me an inferior person that needs to be weeded out.
No.
Oh, you're just talking
No,
about
it's-
fat people.
Circumstantial, you know. But
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, man, honestly.
it's the diabetes that runs in the gene pool, you know, that you pass down to your kids unwillingly, you know.
I got nothing against diabetics. I say we just prevent stupid people from breeding.
I mean, that's yeah, stupid, ignorant. These drama kings and queens, you know the ones I'm talking about.
Racist
The racists, yeah.
Fox.
I'm not that racist, you know. I mean, there's a fine line there.
I will,
Not that racist. I hate everybody equally.
I will bet. I would bet Fox has jerked off to a black lady in a porno.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I do got the jungle fever. It's hot stuff, dude. I mean, I'd screw one if I had the
And I know
chance.
you got a soft spot, or should I say a hard spot for Asians.
Yeah.
And Miss Nader,
Yellow isn't quite black though.
Miss Nader wanted to chime in that cousin marrying is also bad. Which
Yes.
it is.
Well, shame on Nader.
Like, hey, come on, guys. You gotta be honest, man. The gene pool's fucking whacked now. It is whacked out of its mind. And people are like, man, what's wrong with America? They're going nuts. No shit, we're going nuts. Look at fucking Kansas. Zombie prepared. I mean, come on. Now, the guy who owns that store is probably brilliant. He is probably brilliant, unless he is actually one of those guys who's just nuts and he's doing that whole getting ready for the apocalypse. Because
Well, you can blame a lot of this on today's society and the whole meme culture that we have now. That shit's just fucking retarded. You know, it's like, oh, I took this and this before I took an arrow to the knee crap. You know, all that that meme culture, and then they try so hard to make the whole zombie thing look cool. You know, they had that whole zombie survival handbook there for a while that everybody was into, and you know, it breeds the stupidity. It really does.
Now here's a question, and I know for sure Mouse is not gonna agree, but are we done with zombies? Do we need something else? Is there room for more zombies? I mean, are we done with zombies? I mean, a lot of the big announcements at E3 were about zombies, like what was that one?
The Last of Us was one
The
of them.
Last of Us, yeah. Zombie U for the new Wii U.
Two Worlds 2 is actually hopping on that bandwagon. They're releasing a DLC for Two Worlds 2 that's zombie survival or something like that. Everybody's kind of just hopping on that bandwagon.
Are we done with it, or is there room for more?
I don't think we're done with it. Zombies are cool, man. Ever since before this whole zombie craze, I've always been a big zombie movie watcher. I love all the zombie movies. Shaun of the
Well,
Dead
zombies
was
are the
hilarious.
new. Oh, yeah, that was a great movie.
Well, it's keeping it interesting, like Shaun of the Dead did. They did the whole twist on that series. It really is just trying to keep it interesting.
But I don't know. I want to see another season or two of Walking Dead. But I mean, go back to early gaming, and it was Nazis. Everybody was killing Nazis, and nobody's going to be like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. Nazis are people too." So they were our guilty pleasure. We could kill all the Nazis we wanted, and it was fine. Now it's zombies. Nobody's going to say, hey, "You really shouldn't kill zombies. They're people too." You know, it's not going to happen.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, Miss Nader. Hello, Miss
Twice.
Nader. Hang on, I'm adding screen regions. Hang on.
Okay.
I was trying to tell you guys, but Frank was, in mid-stroke, and I didn't want to interrupt that.
Mid stroke.
You can't interrupt that. Frank, you can keep going if you want. Miss Nader, we're just talking about zombies. What do you got about zombies?
I don't like them.
You don't like them at all? Like TV, anything?
I mean, I like watching zombie movies, but I wouldn't want one really in my yard.
That's a legitimate argument.
But I mean, do you think media should move on? Are we done with